Hey, what is up guys, it's Gioco here, and today's video is going to be a new video about the full spoiler, the complete list of Rising Rampage, and a guide for you in order to face your sneak peek in the best way possible. So we will take a look at all the cards of this booster pack, and we will understand how to face the sneak peek in the best way. And the sneak peek will be, of course, at the end of this week. So let's get started. And as always, if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel to support me. Consider backing me on PayPal. There is the section in here, and you can also take a look at the Omnia Players Facebook page, which is the Facebook page of my competitive Yu-Gi-Oh team. So let's get started, and let's take a look at all these cards. We are on the card game beta website, and in here we will see all the cards. So let's start with the Rescue Interlancer, which is a light Cyber's effect monster level 3, and this card states that during the damage calculation, if your Cyber's monster is attacked, you can discard this card. You do not take combat damage from this fight. You can only use this effect once per turn. Moreover, once per turn during the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was discarded to activate this effect, you can special summon this card back. So friendly suggested. This card is pretty cool. It doesn't allow you to take battle damage, and it's another body that can come back on the field absolutely for free. And as I always say, it is really important into the sneak peek to have bodies on the field, because the field advantage is the most important thing during the sneak peek tournament. Then we got the Cruiser, the Bug. If you control 2 or more link monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. This can seem pretty cool, but I think it will be pretty hard into the sneak peek to perform a double link summoning. While calculating damage, if your link monster and your opponent's monster are fighting, you can ban that card from your graveyard, then target one link monster in your graveyard. Your fighting monster gains attack equal to the target monster's attack until the end of that turn, and also it cannot be destroyed by this fight, so not suggested. Then we got the Marincess, the Hippocampus. That's the hypothetical name. Marincess are a crazy archetype. This card is a link tree by its own. Maybe we will see some frog shenanigans into the metagame once again, because these cards are pretty cool. They are kind of like Salaman Greats. Of course, they are not the same. But it's the water counterpart. We can say something like that, especially because these are cybers, and water is opposite to fire, of course. You can special summon this card from your hand if one of your areas pointed to you by a monster link Glamour. Glamour, I think, is the Marincess. You can only special summon this card once per turn. During your main phase, except for the turn this card was sent to graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon one water monster from your hand in one of your areas pointed by a link monster, and you can only use this effect once per turn. So I don't think if you pull all the Marincess cards, of course you can play them. Otherwise, I don't think this card will be so good and effective into the sneak peek. Then we got a Sea Star. You can send this card from your hand to your graveyard and target one monster you control. It will gain 800 of attack until the end of this turn, I guess. You can only use this effect twice per turn, so not so good. Sorry for the translations in here, but this is actually a French page, so that's the reason why the translations are kinda messed up. Then we got the Dragon DMZ. Once per turn, you can target one level 4 or lower dragon monster in your graveyard and one dragon monster you control, and keep the monster in the graveyard to the monster you control as a keep with that effect. The keep monster will gain 500 attack. At the end of damage step, if that keep monster you control attacked, you can banish that card from your graveyard. I think this card by the graveyard. Destroy all the keepment cards to keep that monster you control, and if you do, you can make a second attack during the battle phase. I suggest this just for the booty because it has 2k of defense, but otherwise pretty useless. Then we got some brand new Dino Wrestlers. It's kind of like every single booster pack, they just speed Dino Wrestlers. This one is the Ankylosaurus Marshall. During the damage calculation, your other Dino Wrestlers monsters that fight monsters, this is a quick effect. I think if another Dino Wrestler monster fight an opponent's monster, I think that's the meaning. You can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard. Your fighting monster cannot be destroyed by this fight, and also the attack of your opponent's fighting monster is halved at the end till the end of the damage step. During the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was sent there this turn, you can special summon this card back but banish it when it leaves the field. So pretty nice, can be useful, of course, if you pull a lot of Dino Wrestlers. Then this one is a level 5 with 1600 of attack, so be careful. When your Dino Wrestler monster deals battle damage to your opponent, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense position, so it can be cool. You can only use this effect once per turn, and your opponent cannot target Dino Wrestler monsters you control with card effects. Then we got Damsel of Fortune, passed. You can target one Damsel of Fortune monster you control. Banish a number of your choice of wizard monsters. What the heck are them? From your hand, field, and or graveyard. I think it's Fortune Lady, maybe that's it, but there is no support in here, so I think that this card will be absolutely useless, at least for the sneak peek's sake. Then we got some Yozenju in here. Of course, also for this one, same reasoning. If you pull if you pull a lot of them, it can be fine. If this card is normal summon, as long as you control another Yozenju card, you can add one Yozenju Pendulum monster from your deck to your hand. You can target one Yozenju card that you control and place one Yozen Whirlpool or Village Yozen Standing Winds directly from your deck to your field. Then we got the Izuna Muchi. You can discard this card this turn. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects when one or more Yozenju monsters are normal or special summon. If you control another Yozenju monster, you can draw one card. This is pretty cool. Then we got the Mayozenju Itotsume no Muraji. Okay. Oh my gosh. You can target one Yozenju card in your Pendulum Zone. Its Pendulum scale becomes 11 until the end of this turn. Oh my god. And also you cannot special summon monsters except Yozenju monsters for the rest of this turn, even if this card leaves the field. Then the monster effect is cannot be special summoned except by special summoning with a Pendulum Summon. And if this card is normal special summon, you can target one card controlled by your opponent and return it to the end. Whenever one or more other cards are returned by in the end or in the deck by one of your card effects, if there is this card on the field, monsters you control will gain 500 of attack. Nothing so special in here. Then we got the Tenyi monsters, which are the brand new weird monsters. These artworks are sick, as you can see. I really like them. If you do not control any effect monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. So that's the first pro of this card. If you control a monster, you can banish this card from your hand or graveyard, then target one of the other banished weird monsters and add them to your hand. So pretty cool one. Then we got Shtanna Dragon Tenyi, which has the same special summoning effect as all the other Tenyi have, so pretty cool. And this also has 2000 of defense, so it's pretty cool. And if one of your monsters is destroyed by battle card effect, you can banish this card from your hand or graveyard, then target one of those monsters and special summon it back. So pretty nice as well. Then we got Manira, which is the fire one. When your opponent activates a card effect that targets one or more face-up monsters you control, quick effect, you can banish this card from your hand or graveyard and negate the activation if you do destroy the card. Then we got the Nahata, which is the wind one. When your face-up monsters or when a monster declares an attack on the other, so we need to have two monsters battling with each other, you can banish this card from your hand or graveyard your opponent's monster will lose 1500 of attack until the end of the turn. Pretty nice. Can be useful also in Sneak Peek. Then you got Yugioh, which is the dark one. If you control a monster, you can banish this card from your hand or graveyard, then target one card your opponent controls, send it back to the end. Nice. Then we got Simorgh, Bird of Commences. When this card is normal summon, you can activate this effect during your main phase this turn. You can normal summon one Simorgh monster in addition to your normal summoning or positioning. So also here, same reasoning. If you're able to pull more than one Simorgh, so I suggest you to use them because you can put bodies on the field. If your opponent does not control any cards in the spell and trap zone, as long as this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card in defense position by banishing while it leaves the field. So pretty nice effect also this one, because it can come back to the field for free. Then we got the Invocation Bird. If your opponent does not control any cards in the spell and trap zone, as long as this card is in the graveyard, you can special summon this one as well. So it's the same as this previous one. Then Bird of the Ants. The states the same. They are all the same, okay. Then Bird of Protection. Same here. Lord of the what? This one is really big. Level 8, 2900 of attack and 2000 of defense. So consider this also for Beatstick. Okay, this has got a different effect at least. When a spell trap card or effect is activated, you can sacrifice. You can tribute one Wild Beast Econ monster. I think it's Simorgh, and this Wild is Wind. Then target one card your opponent control, mix it in the deck, so you can shuffle it back into the deck. When your Beast Winged monster is destroyed in battle, as long as this card is in your graveyard, you can add this card to your hand. So pretty nice one, This is the one of the biggest in here till now. Then we got the darker counterpart in here. That states pretty much the same, I guess. No, it's different. If you tribute summon a wind or dark monster, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. Pretty nice. And when a spell trap card or effect is activated, you can tribute one wind beast monster, negate the activation if you do destroy that card. Then we got some BES support, BES support. I forgot about this. The Cannon Blaster Heart. This is really big. 3k of defense. This will stall on the field forever. If your opponent controls more monsters than you can special summon this card from your hand. You can special summon this card just once per turn. This is really bad. If this card is normal special summon, place 3 counters on this card. This cannot be destroyed by battle. At the end of damage step, if this card has fought, remove 1 counter from this card if you cannot destroy it. So this card basically special summon itself. You place 3 counters and it cannot be destroyed by battle for 3 turns. So you still have to attack on this, removing counters, taking damage. This card is really strong. Then Vic Viper T301. When an attack involving your face-up monster and your opponent's monster is declared, you can special summon this card from the graveyard or from your hand, but banish it when it leaves the field. All other light machine monsters you control will gain 1200 of attack. Oh my gosh! So this one can be a 37 attack. Okay, wow. Then Reptilia 00. What is this? 4 monsters you control are reptile monsters. You can target one face-up monster you controlled by your opponent, change its attack to 0, and if you do, special summon this card, then take damage equal to the monster's original attack. This seems to be pretty bad. If this card is sent to the graveyard as synchro material, you can target up to 2 face-up monsters on the field, change their attack to 0. Storm Dragon, this artwork is cool as well. You can only control one of them. If you control a wizard monster, if it is spellcaster, you can special summon this card. from your hand. If this card is destroyed in combat or by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can target one monster in your graveyard with 1500 of attack and 200 of defense, except this one, special summon him, so no use for him. Avida, the Artisan of the Double Ward. What is this? It looks like a Time Lord. Cannot be normal summon. Only special summonable from your hand if there are at least 8 leak monsters of different names on the field and or in graveyard. Oh my god, I won't read this. Golem Aururu Aristane Sorcier, I think is Witchcrafter, this one. Yeah, Witchcraft Golem Artist, yeah. Artisan Sorcier. When a Magician monster, when a spellcaster monster you control is targeted by your opponent. So this one is not useful because there are no witchcraft in here. Then Murakumo no Orochi Metallic Snake. Okay. If this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can banish face up 8 cards from the top of your deck. Special summon this card. Whoa. Cool. You can banish 3 cards from your extra deck, then target one face up monster on the field, destroy it. You can only use one effect of Murakamo no Orochi Metal Snake per turn and only once that turn. So these card special summoning requirements are pretty tough, but can be useful if you build a really big deck for the sneak peek. Can be useful. But if you're planning to run 20 cards, I do not suggest to run this, because otherwise you will just crash by yourself. Then we got the Cataclysmic Glacial Shootout. If one or more face-up vent wind monsters you control are destroyed in battle or by card effect of your opponent, you can special summon this card from your hand. Then you can place one magic or trap card, spell or trap card from terrain above the card. What the hell? You can only use this effect. Okay, this special summoning effect can be good with the birds we saw before, at least. Voltage Tester. If this card is special summon in an area pointed by link monster, destroy as many link monsters linked to this card as possible, then destroy all monsters that were pointed by link monsters destroyed. Oh my god! Then keep repeating this effect until no monster can be destroyed. What does it mean? What is that? Tlaka el Devil King. If this card is summoned by sacrifice, by tribute of course, you can destroy face-up monsters controlled by your opponent whose attack sum is less than or equal to the original attack of this sacrifice monster for the sacrifice summon of that card. Can be useful, not bad. Then we got the Beat Raptor Baton. We already know this one. This card flows, so if you destroy this one, you can special summon another one. So pretty much suggested, and it also have 2k of defense. Then you got the Spirit Sculpture. These are the incantations one, I guess. You can sacrifice one monster, add one monster from your deck to your hand. The sum of its original attack and defense is equal to that of the sacrificed monster. Okay. Useless in the sneak peek. Reversible Scarab. Okay, I won't read this. I won't read this because they look pretty bad. Magistry Ritualists. You can place counters in here, remove 3 counters. Okay. Libra, Magic Libra. No effect. And then from here we move to the extra deck. So I think that's it for today. We will continue in the second part of the video with the extra deck monsters and spell and trap cards as well. So hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like on the video if you liked it, subscribe to the channel, support me, and take a look at the Omnia Players Facebook page that you can find in here on the right. So that's it, and see you in the next one.